Chapter 10 of the Countess of Charny by Alexandre Dumas, translated by Henry L. Williams. This Librivox recording is in the public domain. Belay and Pitou. On being called by the king, Pétion had foreseen that he might more easily get into the palace than out. So he went up to a hard-faced man marred by a scar on the brow. "Farmer Belay," said he, "what was your report about the house?"
"That it would hold an all-night sitting."
"Very good. And what did you say you saw on the new bridge?"
"Cannon and guards, placed by order of Colonel Mandat."
"And you also stated that a considerable force was collected under St. John's Arcade, near the opening of St. Antoine Street."
"Yes, again by order of Colonel Mandat."
"Well, will you listen to me? Here you have an order to Manuel and Danton to send back to barracks the troops at St. John's Arcade, and to remove the guns from the bridge. At any cost, you will understand, these orders must be obeyed."
"I will hand it to Danton myself."
"Good. You are living in St. Honore Street?"
"Yes, mayor."
"When you have given Danton the order, get home and snatch a bit of rest. About 2 o'clock, go out to the Feuillant's Quay, where you will stand by the wall. If you see or hear stones falling over the other side of the wall, it will mean that I am a prisoner in the Tuileries and detained by violence."
"I understand."
"Present yourself at the bar of the house and ask my colleagues to claim me. You understand, Farmer Belay. I am placing my life in your hands."
"I will answer for it,"
replied the bluff farmer.
"Take it easy."
Pétion had therefore gone into the lion's den, relying on Belay's patriotism. The latter had spoken the more firmly, as Pitou had come to town. He dispatched the young peasant to Danton with the word for him not to return without him. Lazy as the orator was, Pitou had a prevailing way, and he brought Danton with him. Danton had seen the cannon on the bridge and the National Guards at the end of the popular quarter, and he understood the urgency of not leaving such forces on the rear of the people's army. With Pétion's order in hand, he and Manuel sent the guards away and removed the guns. This cleared the road for the revolution. In the meantime, Belay and Pitou had gone on their old lodging in St. Honore Street, to which Pitou bobbed his head as to an old friend. The farmer sat down and signified the young man was to do the same. "Thank you, but I am not tired," returned Pitou, but the other insisted, and he gave way.
"Pitou, I sent for you to join me,"
said the farmer. "And you see I have not kept you waiting," retorted the National Guard's captain, with his own frank smile showing all his 32 teeth.
"No, you must have guessed that something serious is afoot."
"I suspected as much. But I say, friend Belay, I do not see anything of Mayor Bailey or General Lafayette."
"Bailey is a traitor who nearly murdered the lot of us on the parade ground."
"Yes, I know that, as I picked you up there, almost swimming in your own blood."
"And Lafayette is another traitor who wanted to take away the king."
"I did not know that. Lafayette a traitor, eh? I never would have thought of that. And the king?"
"He is the biggest traitor of the lot, Pitou."
"I cannot say I am surprised at that," said Pitou.
"He conspires with the foreigner and wants to deliver France to the enemy. The Tuileries is the center of the conspiracy, and we have decided to take possession of the Tuileries. Do you understand this, Pitou?"
"Of course I understand. But look here, Master Belay, We took the Bastille, and this will not be so hard a job.
That's where you are out.
What? More difficult when the walls are not so high?
That's so, but they are better guarded. The Bastille had but 100 old soldiers to guard it, while the palace has 3,000 or 4,000 men. This is to say nothing of the Bastille having been carried by surprise, while the Tuileries folk must know we mean to attack, and will be on the lookout.
They will defend it, will they? Queried Patou.
Yes,
replied Belay.
All the more as the defense is trusted to Count Charny, they say.
Indeed. He did leave Bourson with his lady by the post, observed Patou. Law, is he a traitor too?
No, he is an aristocrat. That is all. He has always been for the court, so that he is no traitor to the people. He never asked us to put any faith in him.
So, it looks as though we will have a tussle with Lord Charny.
It is likely, friend Ange.
What a queer thing it is. Neighbors clapper-clawing.
Yes, what is called civil war, Patou, but you are not obliged to fight unless you like.
Excuse me, farmer, but it suits me from the time when it is to your taste.
But I should even like it better if you did not fight.
Why did you send for me, Master Belay?
I sent for you to give you this paper,
replied Belay with his face clouding. What is this all about?
It is the draft of my will.
Your will? cried Patou, laughing. Hang me, if you look like a man about to die.
No, but I may be a man who will get killed,
returned the revolutionist, pointing to his gun and cartridge box hanging on the wall. That's a fact, said Ange Patou. We are all mortal.
So that I have come to place my will in your hands as the sole legatee.
No, I thank you, but you are only saying this for a joke.
I am telling you a fact.
But it cannot be. When a man has rightful heirs, he cannot give away his property to outsiders.
You are wrong, Patou. He can.
Then he ought not.
I have no heirs,
replied Belay, with a dark cloud passing over his face. No heirs? How about heiresses, then? What do you call Miss Catherine?
I do not know anybody of that name, Patou.
Come, farmer, do not say such things. You make me sad.
Patou, from the time when something is mine, it is mine to give away in the same way, should I die. What I leave to you will be yours, to deal with as you please, to be given away as freely.
Ha! Good! Yes! exclaimed the young man, who began to understand. Then, if anything bad happens to you— But how stupid I am! Nothing bad could happen to you.
You yourself said just now that we are all mortal.
So I did, but— Well, I do not know but that you are right. I take the will, Master Belay. But is it true that if I fall heir I can do as I please with the property?
No doubt, since it will be yours. And, you understand, you are a sound patriot, Patou. They will not stand you off from it, as they might folk who have connived with the aristocrats.
It's a bargain," said Pitou, who was getting it into his brain. "I accept."
"Then that is all I have to say to you. Put the paper in your pocket and go to sleep."
"What for?"
"Because we shall have some work to do tomorrow. No, this day, for it is 2 in the morning."
"Are you going out, Master Belay?"
"Only as far as the river."
"You are sure you do not want me?"
"On the other hand, you would be in my way."
"I suppose I might have a bite and a sup, then?"
"Of course. I forgot to ask if you might not be hungry."
"Because you know I am always hungry," said Pitou, laughing.
"I need not tell you where the larder is."
"No, no, master, do not worry about me. But you are going to come back here?"
"I shall return."
"Or else tell me where we are to meet."
"It is useless, for I shall be home in an hour."
Pitou went in search of the eatables with an appetite which in him, as in the case of the king, no events could alter, however serious they might be, while Belay proceeded to the waterside to do what we know. He had hardly arrived on the spot before a pebble fell, followed by another, and some more, teaching him that what Pétion apprehended had come to pass, and that he was a prisoner to the royalists. So he had flown, according to his instructions, to the assembly which had claimed the mayor as we have described. Pétion, liberated, had only to walk through the house to get back to the mayor's office, leaving his carriage in the Tuileries yard to represent him. For his part, Belay went home and found Ange finishing his supper. "Any news?" asked he.
"Nothing, except that day is breaking, and the sky is the color of blood."
End of chapter 10. Recording by John Van Stan, Savannah, Georgia.